Okay, looks like I'm live. Can you guys see and hear me? Hello, is anybody out there? Hey, you guys. Okay, it's 8:04. Perfect. Hey, you guys. How you guys doing? Happy Sunday. I'm running late. I was getting ready to start, and I took a sip of water, and I had dripped some water on my damn titties. My shirt was wet, so I had to run and go get a blow dryer and dry the water. So that's why I'm a little bit late. it's always it's always something, I swear. I hope you guys are doing good. Okay, y'all can hear me? Perfect. Perfect. How is everybody doing today? All right. Key Amber says she finally caught a live. What's up, Key Amber? Thank you for joining me. So we got over 300 people watching. We always wait till we get to at least 1,000 people before we start the show. Honey, I was up last night. What the hell was I posting? I swear, I will wake up in the middle of the night. Like, let's say I take a nap, and I'll wake up and I'll just start surfing the internet, and I'll be literally half asleep just posting anything. And I woke up and I seen the post that I made about Doja Cat. I was in bed this morning cracking up. Like, where the hell did I find this? That shit had me dying. Did y'all see my Doja Cat post? And like everybody was arguing if it was edited or if it was real. That had me dying this morning. I was like, yeah, Doja Cat needs to check herself. Seriously. Okay, good. We had 2,500 people in here. I hope y'all are doing good today. So we're going to go ahead. Y'all seen that? I was cracking up. I was laughing so hard looking at that post. So it's a lot to talk about, honey. Yeah, my Instagram page is a mess. I just post a wide variety of just whatever. And so we went from talking about Jeffree, then I posted some stuff about Umar Johnson, and then the Doja Cat thing had me crack it up. Let me see here. So we got super chats coming through. We got over 3,000 people in here. I hope everybody's doing good. Thank y'all for joining me on this Sunday. Let's see here. Cyanic Rose says, hey T, been watching you since the lady with 15 kids. You always keep it real and you have the uttermost journalistic integrity. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. That is still one of my favorite videos to this day. Krista Diaz says, first on live, love you T. Love you too. Thank you for coming through. Paris SST, I've been watching you for the last decade on YouTube. I really appreciate your content and your growth from CLT. Yes, Charlotte, honey. Thank you so much. Venus Alchemy Tarot says, hey T, just wanted to show some love and support. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through today, sis. Naomi's Dream says, thank you for inspiring me to get off my butt and make my own YouTube. Love you, T. Can't wait for you to go in on Starfish. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this Jeffree Star mess. Stephanie Bronson's 25. She says, you're my internet sis, looking beautiful as usual. You voting for Kanye? LOL. Kanye is a mess. He's a straight up mess. So everybody's been waiting for Jeffree Star to say something, anything. And for weeks, he's just been basically trying to play the role of somebody who's unbothered. He's, showing off his Dior shoes. He's swimming in his pool. He's hanging out with Black China. And then all of a sudden yesterday, he comes out with a so-called apology video. So I went to go watch it, and nothing about that was an apology to me. To me, it just felt like a bunch of deflection. It felt very insincere. The only real apology that he made was to James Charles, but even that to me did not feel genuine. So let me go ahead and play you guys what Jeffree Star, just snips of what he was saying. I'm gonna pull up my Instagram here. Give me just a second to set this up so y'all can see this. I'm just not really buying it. I felt like he was doing the most. First, let me show y'all this picture. Mr. I have just been laying low. Here's a picture with him in Black China. So he wasn't laying too damn low. That's who he's been running with, okay? So now, let me pull this out the way. Let me show y'all the video of his apology from yesterday.
I'd like to personally apologize to James Charles for things that I've said and for my actions. If I was really close with someone, I should have had the ability to just simply call them and ask and say, hey, these were the things that were being said to me. Instead, I didn't. I let people really gas me up, get me going behind the scenes, and I really fell for a lot of things, and I got caught up in the hype. It's disgusting, it's awful, and none of it should have happened. So, James, I am truly sorry for my actions and my behavior. 2020 has been very tumultuous for a lot of us. It has been a very crazy year, and I think that James and myself and anyone involved would agree with me that there are way bigger issues happening on this planet. I know that some people may, Jeffree, you're just saying this as a distraction. Jeffree, no, reality is here, and makeup, drama, and beauty, community, gossip, and tea, it may be entertainment for you, and it used to be for me, but it's my life, and it's their life. I'd like to personally apologize to James Charles. Picture. Now, Shane Dawson. He is one of my best friends and someone who helped me remember who I am when I was starting to crack and lose focus of who I really was. He is genuine, amazing, he is selfless, and he is one of the most kind people that I've ever met in my entire world. I know that Shane would put his family and friends before himself in a flash. Now, did Shane and I get caught up in the drama and do some dumb shit? Of course we did. But that is my best friend, and I was actually truly shocked that people thought that I was going to distance myself from him or that my silence was anything but support. I know Shane from now. I don't know Shane from 10 years ago, and he doesn't know me from 10 years ago. Now, do I agree with Shane's past actions? Of course I don't. And does he agree with my past behavior? Of course he doesn't. I know the amazing person that he is today. And picture. Now, Shane. Now, Breonna Taylor still has no justice. Black trans women are being murdered every day and the news is silent. Elijah McClain has no justice, and the countless other people who are murdered every single day while everyone just goes about their business like nothing's happening. And I think that drama and the beauty world, which I have definitely been a part of, it all has to stop. Now, 6 months ago, before COVID and everything hit our world, all of us, and including myself. Now,
okay, y'all, let me come back. I see people are getting booted out. If it's booting you out, just refresh and come back. I'm recording this stream, so if it gets too chaotic, I'll just, re-upload the stream. But, so that was his apology. I wasn't feeling it. To me, there was a lot of the shifting of blame. I don't think he was being sincere. And I don't like when people try to shame the audience. Like all of a sudden, we're the bad guys. How dare y'all want an explanation? How dare y'all want the tea? It's 2020. There's serious things going on. We got C-19. We have people out of work. Oh, it's a tough year for all of us. Okay, I mean, we can walk and chew gum. We can do more than one thing. We can understand the seriousness of the world that we're living in today. We can understand the seriousness of, C-19 and, washing your hands and, wearing a mask. But we can still hold you accountable for your fuck shit. Okay, Jeffree? And I don't like that. I don't like this whole, because it's 2020, everybody wants to lean on that. Tati did the same thing. Oh, there's way more serious stuff. No, y'all did this. Why y'all acting like the audience created this drama and they're trying to drag y'all into this drama? The initial drama was between Tati and James Charles. Your ass came out of nowhere and inserted your foot into their shit, and that's how you got pulled in. And then you sucked your so-called best friend, Shane Dawson, into the BS as well. So this has nothing to do with the audience and, oh, y'all need to focus on things that are more serious. No, we can do both. And right now we're focused on your ass. Okay? That's what we're focused on. Another thing, it was a lot of deflection, because if he was truly sorry about the James Charles thing, why did he go on to Keemstar's podcast not even a few months ago and basically play that audio of the person saying that James Charles was, a predator? Why did he play that? Now, when he got up on his soapbox a year ago and he said he was done with the drama, he was done with the tea, he just wants to focus on being a better him, well, he should have stuck to that. But he didn't. He was still involving himself in drama. He was still throwing shade. And to me, if somebody's a so-called predator and they've hurt somebody or they've, violated them sexually, that is not tea. Okay? And I'm tired of him and everybody else talking about this like this is just tea. That is a crime. And you are helping to perpetuate that crime. So you can't just apologize and sweep it under the rug and act like you didn't play a hand in that. Even after you said you were going to stay your ass out the drama, somehow you got sucked back into the drama. So miss me with the tiny violins and the tattooed tears for James Charles. Like I said, what all this boils down to is nothing more than jealousy. The mentee was surpassing both mentors, which is Tati and Jeffree Star, and they both felt away. Because James's brand, even though it's slightly problematic, he's a lot less problematic than Jeffree Star. And Jeffree didn't like that. So miss me with the nonsense, okay? So all this, I haven't been on social media. I just been laying low. You haven't been. We've seen you taking pictures with fans. We've seen you running the streets with Black China, swimming and everything else. And then the way that he shot the video was very telling. And the way he talked about his past and how he went from, struggling and how he, built this makeup empire. Now, like I've always said, I'll never take the business aspect away from Jeffree Star. He was able to build $1 million business, selling makeup and a huge brand. I will never take that from him. But we don't need a constant reminder, okay? We understand that you came from the bottom and you social climbed and now you're this big brand, okay? That does not negate anything that you've done to people. And for him to talk about, I've never committed a crime and I've never blackmailed anybody, but there's videos of you saying that you have dirt on everyone. That is a form of blackmail. That is, basically planting seeds to all these other big influencers that if you speak against me, I will put your dirt out there. And let's not forget, remember Tati when she was being, dramatic. You guys already know this video is going to piss him off and he's going to expose everyone. And when he exposes everyone, don't be so quick to cancel them. You guys, he's going to be mad and I'm scared. She had the white water tears going. And so I think he played it this way as to not feed into the seeds that she was planting. So, this is checkers, not chess. Okay? Or is this chess, not checkers? I think it's chess. Yeah, this is chess move, okay? He's basically trying to flip it on Tati because Tati put it out there that he's going to go crazy. He's going to expose people. He's going to pull out receipts because that's normally the route that Jeffree Star goes. He goes on tirades. He doesn't think things through. He blasts people. He steps on people with no remorse. He cuts them off. All that stuff. That's usually his MO. So I felt that he did it this way to basically shit on Tati and say, you know what? You expected me to do this, but I'm doing this, so I'm pulling the okie doke on you. All of this was subliminal shots towards Tati. It wasn't really an apology. It was more low-key addressing her situation because you heard him talk about lawyers and all this other stuff. Now, another thing that bothers me, now we got over 6,000 people in here. Like I said, if it's lagging, just hit refresh, you guys. I'm not stopping the stream. I'm going to keep going. I'm tired of these influencers bringing up Breonna Taylor, Black Lives Matter, Elijah McClain in their fuckery. Trish Paytas did the same thing when trying to defend Shane Dawson. Now, I understand trying to defend your friend, but I don't need you bringing up black folks who have nothing to do with your foolishness. If y'all weren't talking about these people and weren't really talking about Black Lives Matter and black issues, don't do it now when you're involved in drama. Don't sit there and say there's bigger things to fry. We haven't caught the police officers who killed Breonna. They haven't been arrested. That's not your place to say anything. Focus on makeup drama and focus on that BST. Leave the real world stuff, especially Black Death, out of your apology. Because it wasn't like you was checking for Breonna before all of this. Breonna died a few months ago. I hadn't heard him say anything about Breonna Taylor or Elijah McClain. But now it's so convenient that these names are being brought up by these white influencers to basically, denounce their bullshit. Look, there's dead black people. My drama doesn't matter. Focus on these dead black people. No, Like I said, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. And this has nothing to do with Breonna Taylor or Elijah McClain. This has to do with your fuck shit that you involved yourself in, and now you're trying to backtrack because your brand is falling by the wayside. And he can try and spin that narrative that, you know, his brand is doing good and, you know, he's a big makeup person. He's nervous. Morphe dropped him. And y'all know Morphe was everything to Jeffree Star. He's looking tainted out here. So he's trying to find the best way to come back and, you know, keep his brand appearing strong. And that's what he's doing it. This is about his brand. It's about his pockets being affected. He does not want to lose that lifestyle that he's worked so hard to gain. Hence why he was sitting in that living room with the staircase in the background on that beautiful couch and everything else. He does not want to lose that lifestyle. So if I have to come on here and talk about dead black people and talk about more important issues and issue an apology to a guy that I'm definitely jealous of, that's what I'm going to do. You're not slick. I see through the BS. He hasn't changed. He's just trying to save himself and his brand. And the sad part is people are still going to support when he drops his palette, because then he went on to pitch his shit. I've never seen anybody apologize sincerely and then start pitching stuff. That doesn't make any sense. That's not an apology. That's an infomercial. When you're sorry, you keep it about the apology, period. That'd be like me doing some effed up stuff and I'm coming out here to apologize and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry for everything I did. But we got some new tea on Amazon. Make sure y'all buy it right now. We offer prime shipping. Go get my tea. Does that sound sincere? You can't apologize and then have a pitch at the end of your video. That's BS. What he's trying to do is save his brand because he has a launch coming up in August. And another thing, if you were so sincere and you were willing to stand in your shit and you did this from the sincerity of your heart, why after an hour after the video was up, you disabled the comments? Folks were dragging him. He couldn't handle the critique, so he disabled the comments on the video. But if you're really trying to change and you want to create dialogue and hear from your fans so you can supposedly do better, why not leave the comments open? Because you're not really looking to change. You're not really looking to do better. You're just trying to pacify the dummies who are still going to support you and buy your shit. You're trying to pacify them. And then shut out all the naysayers, shut out all the dissension. And so that way you can keep pushing forward. That's all this was about. There was nothing sincere about that apology at all, in my personal opinion. Put a teacup in the comments if you agree with me that his apology was not sincere. Put a teacup if you feel that it was not sincere. Let me go ahead and read some of these super chats here. Is the stream, looks like the stream's kind of freezing, but I'm gonna keep going, honey. Mimi614 sends $50. She says, preach, auntie. Thank you so much, sis. Thanks for coming through. I see a ton of teacups, honey. So a lot of y'all are not buying it. Okay. Good. I'm glad I'm not alone. J Jersey Girl sends 20. She says, if they all had this evidence about James Charles, why didn't they go to the police? Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's not tea. Y'all are claiming that this is somebody's real life. They were really sexually assaulted, but everybody keeps passing this voice recording around, but yet and still it hasn't made its way to the police. But everybody from Blair White to, Keemstar to FaZe Banks, they've all heard it. So to me, is it really a real receipt? Is that really a victim, or is that some more shit that Jeffree Star put together? Who knows? Dennis Minor, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. JT sent a message. She says, hey T, I hope you're doing good today. I can't stand the Grim Reaper Star. What a shame, Dawson. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for the super chat. Taina sent the super chat. She says, you are my role model. Thank you so much. So we have over 5,000 people in here. Like I said, if you keep getting kicked out, I'll refresh the stream real quick. Let's see if that helps. But if you get kicked out, just come back in. YouTube be on some BS every now and then. But yeah, like I said, I'm just all this mush mouth. I'm trying to self-reflect. I'm trying to do better. At what point do you just do better? That's why I always say, don't believe the words that are coming out of people's mouths, because people can just say whatever out their mouth. Follow their actions. And from everything I've seen, from when Dramageddon 2 happened to now, his actions have not changed. He's still been messy, still been throwing shade, still been involved in a lot of mess. It's just that this mess that they're involved in, no one expected it to go as viral and get as big as it did. That is why he fell back. See, now that it's been, 3-4 weeks, because, the internet has such a short attention span and cancel culture is BS, like I always tell you guys. Now that the coast is kind of clear, he feels safe now to, kind of peek around the corner and claim Shane Dawson is his best friend. Why wasn't you screaming out his best friend shit 3 weeks ago when he was going through it? Don't come out now trying to claim him as your bestie. Now that stuff is dying down. Now that people are trying to go after Sanders Kennedy for his BS. Now you want to come out the woodwork and speak on Shane. A real friend is going to do what Trish did. I'm no fan of Trish. But one thing I'll say is that bitch is a loyal friend. Because when he was going through it, she was like, I don't agree with what he did, but that's my brother and I'm standing with him. I can't be mad at that. Jeffree Star didn't do that because he was scared about his brand being affected because he's already been coined a racist. So he couldn't put his neck out there for Shane when he was really going through it. So Shane, you better watch and see who your real friends are. Because he should have defended you publicly in the same way Trish was defending you publicly and willing to take a hit to her brand. That's a real friend. Jeffree Star is a friend of convenience. It's so funny now, all these grown folks, damn near in their 40s, all got best friends. Oh, that's my best friend. You met a year and a half ago. How are y'all best friends? No, it's a friend of convenience. His documentary made you more human. It made people accept you more. He gave, the world a chance to see your softer side and to understand more about Jeffree Star. And I think that the documentary did encapsulate that because I watched it and I felt like I walked away knowing a bit more about Jeffree Star and hoping that he had at least changed. Because I'm always willing to give people a chance if you're sincere. Because I won't want somebody holding a mistake that I made over my head for the rest of my life. So I get that. But when I keep seeing the same pattern, and even in this day and age when your own so-called friends, like what's the boy's name? Lester, the one that wears the makeup, that was blasting him. Then the other guy came out, and this was all recent in 2020. They're saying that you're still using racial slurs and talking down to black people. So, have you really changed? The answer per all these other people is no. So that's why, Cam Lester, that's his name. The one that wanted to be the token and then cry foul when, when fat meat was shown to be greasy. Like I keep telling y'all, fat meat is greasy. This reputation has followed him. So I'm not buying it. All that best friend bullshit, I'm not buying it. Mixing with the bullshit, I'm over it. But the thing is, again, because he's such a huge influence on this platform, he'll be fine. Folks will be right back to watching his videos and, he ain't been deplatformed. So he'll be fine that when his makeup drops, y'all are going to run and buy it. And it's going to be back to business as usual. Because, again, those influencers, those top-tier white influencers, they have 1,000 lives. All these people have been embroiled in straight nonsense. And they're always able to bounce back. And play, oh, I was young. Oh, that was so long ago. But when black folks make a mistake, they're canceled. That's it. Ain't no second chance. Let me see here. Let me read some of these super chats. And sorry if I'm missing some of them. Homie don't play. 512. Homie don't play that. I like that. They said 1999 says, love you, T from Austin, Texas. Sipping on this tea. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through. Myron D says, hey, TT, thank you for what you do in these YouTube streets. Thank you so much. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Kashmir C sent 1999. Thank you, Kashmir. Duchess Lip says, lovely T. Jeffree did the same thing to another friend. He knew allegedly AR'd kids, yet never went to the cops. He's trash. You're talking about the Davi Vanity situation. We talked about that a few weeks ago, but yeah, I agree. You know, like, all this stuff is not tea. If people are being hurt and children are being abused, that's not tea. That needs to be reported, period. Zoe Lemma sends, I love how you put things into perspective. Much love to you. You are glowing. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Give me just a second. Shy LY says, someone pointed out that JS expects everyone to forgive him for what he did at 21, but try to ruin James at the same age. Exactly. What's good for the goose was definitely not good for the gander in that situation. What's up, Blake? Blake says, thumbs up, everyone. Yes, we have over 8,000 people in here. Sorry for the people who keep getting kicked out. But yes, please thumbs up the video. Please show love. Thank you, Blake, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Maxine Johnson says YouTube is trying to figure out how they kicking people out and the views are still high. We ain't going nowhere. Exactly. Thank you for the super chat, sis. Kamar says Jeffree Stoneface really makes all Scorpios look bad. Thank you so much. Ela Clark says, T, you're literally one of my favorite YouTubers. You always keep it real. 100 and keep me cracking up. I love you a bunch, all the way from the Bronx, New York. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through. Thanks for the super chat. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lot to unpackage with that situation. But for me, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. I just feel like he's doing the most and he's trying to save his brand. That's what it boils down to. Give me just a second here. I'm trying to go and see which super chats I missed. I think I got most of them. Mimi612 says, been watching for a long time. Love you lots. Hope you have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mimi. Duchess Lip says, hey, Leo, I'm an Aries. One thing we have in common is our instinct. This year has been cursed, and these celebs are really on demon time. I wanted the clout, but if it comes at that cost, I don't want it. I don't blame you at all. It's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on in 2020, especially the deaths. It's like just been one thing after another. So yeah, it's a lot of craziness. Draco and Kodak says, T, do you think Jeffree took more accountability than Tati? No. I'll say with Tati was more manipulative in her response. She's a very manipulative person. She knows how to turn on the waterworks, talk with the soft voice. She has a very motherly, energy about her. I think that she took responsibility because she had no choice. It was her video that kicked everything off. I mean, you can't just not take any responsibility when you uploaded the video. So I think in that sense, she had to take responsibility. She had no choice. But the fact that she did it while Shane Dawson was trending and people were dragging him, he was being deplatformed, she herself is sneaky and conniving. Because she could have came out with that video months ago before the Shane Dawson drama. She saw the opportunity and she ran with it. So none of these people are really sincere people. Just like with Shane Dawson's BS apology. He even said, I'm only doing this because Jenna Marbles did the same thing. Why does it take for Jenna Marbles to spark you to apologize for your past in a sincere way, not just a fleeting moment? So yeah, I don't think any of them did good with their apologies like that. I think Tati took responsibility only because she had to. Jeffree took responsibility for only certain parts, but that was just more him still shifting the blame. I'm going to take some responsibility, but don't forget, I have a real chaotic brain and, I have impulse control. Well, we don't need to know your medical background. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to know your medical diagnosis, your psychosis. That's irrelevant. Stick to the topic at hand. Once again, trying to pull that sympathy card. Let me put this out here because you too might be dealing with some type of, scatterbrain, itis. And then you can relate and understand and sympathize with me more. All manipulation, all BS. Miss me with the bullshit. scatterbrain-itis. Oh, yes, thank you. Somebody said Water Bottles Blue says it's a train of fake apologies. It really is. They want to cry about a hate train. No, it's a train of just fake shit. That's what it is. So I've been talking for 30 minutes. We're close to 10,000 people. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully YouTube stops tripping. Let me see here. So the next topic, let's go ahead and get to Kanye West. I don't know what is going on with that good brother. You know, and I like Kanye. Like, I genuinely like him. He's like one of my son's favorite artists. My son is like a huge Kanye fan, honey. But it's like he just says a lot of just oddball shit. Earlier today, if you guys don't know, Kanye was like throwing shade at Harriet Tubman. I'm like, what year is this? 1864? Like, why are you shading Harriet Tubman? So he's throwing shade at her, and he's like, oh, she didn't free the slaves. She just moved them from one plantation to go work for some other white people. What? And so I'm like, okay, what is going on with Kanye? And so that went viral. Everybody was dragging him. Then another video goes viral of him crying about abortions. And he's crying, talking about how his dad had wanted his mother to abort him, and had they aborted him, there'd be no Kanye West. Then he cried about how he almost wanted to abort his daughter, Northwest. And had Kim, you know, gone through with it, there'd be no Northwest. I mean, it was just like certain things. I could see the part about the daddy and him, but you may not want to tell your child that they could have been a potential abortion. Certain things you just gotta keep to yourself until when they're of age. I don't know. Kanye, bless his heart. He tries. Bless his heart. You know, maybe he just really wants to be the president, but he's just been doing a lot. He's been doing a lot. Let me play both of these videos for you guys here. Give me just a second. Let me pull up my screen. So this is the first one where he's talking about Harriet Tubman. I just don't know. I don't know what to think sometimes with Kanye. He's another one. He's an agent of chaos. He has very chaotic energy. And I think he's a Gemini, if I'm not mistaken. So let me scoot that over. Okay, y'all listen to this.
Harriet Tubman. Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Okay, so you guys heard that. And so people were like, what the hell is going on with Kanye? Like, he's just doing a lot, you know? So then the very next thing was this video.
My mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
Come back on the screen here. He's going through it. That is such, those are two big extremes. You know, to go from saying what he said about Harriet Tubman was just, it just didn't make any sense. Regardless if she took them from one plantation to up north and they had to, you know, the ex-slaves had to get jobs working for white people. That doesn't negate the fact that she risked her life to go back down south time and time again to slave to save hundreds of slaves. Like, I don't even understand, like, why did he say that? It just didn't make any sense. That has nothing to do with you trying to run for president, Kanye. You know, so that was just weird. But now the whole abortion thing, and he breaks down crying. Kanye has a lot of issues. I feel like, and I don't want to just dismiss it and say it's mental illness and, you know, he needs to be on his meds. I just feel like the industry has really affected him. I really do. I think not only the death of his mother, but the things that he's just gone through and seen in the industry has really taken a toll on him. Because he just goes from, like, these mood swings are just so, they just go whichever way. And those were real tears he was crying. I mean, he was really crying and talking about, you know, how he almost killed his daughter because, you know, the whole abortion thing and stuff like that. So I don't know. He's been through a lot. I think his situation is way, way deeper. EJM101 says, love from Australia. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Michelle Wasden says, I've been trying to send this super chat for 15 minutes. YouTube is tripping. Anyways, love you, Queen T. Your realness is a rare quality these days. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, my realness makes people uncomfortable, honey, but I remain unbothered by it. Because, you know, like I always say, you know, sometimes the truth irritates people's demons. So I can't worry about people being upset about the truth. The truth is the truth, no matter how you slice it. You know, and a lot of people want you to sugarcoat stuff to make them feel good. Never do it. Because the ones who get it are going to rock with you, and the ones who can't deal with the truth, they don't need to be in your life anyways. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Emmy Faye says, bless his heart. That's what they say when they don't have it all. Love you too. Thank you so much. Love you too. That's all I can say. It's something going on with him. It's something definitely going on with him. ABW, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Jessica's World says, I feel like he's breaking down and coming out of the Kardashian spell. You know, a lot of people blame the Kardashians, but I think Kanye has had issues even before the Kardashians. You know, I think we give them way too much power. And I think they love it. They love the fact that social media gives these, you know, they're wealthy white women all this power. You know, we say that they're witches and, you know, they put curses on people and they ruin careers and stuff like that. But I think Kanye had a lot of issues even before then. You know, even before he got with Kim, he was already kind of sliding, you know, on a downward spiral. But I think as a wife, you know, she needs to really be there for him and help him get the help or the counseling or just whatever he needs. Because the way he just goes, he's so chaotic and he goes from one extreme to another. And this whole thing, this whole presidential run, like, quit playing. You're not really running for president. Like, I just don't see him actually physically running for president and making it on the ballot. I feel like this is all a bunch of attention grabbing bullshit. I mean, put a teacup in the thing if you think that he's really running. Do you actually believe that he's really running and he has a chance to become the president of the United States with the way he just goes from one extreme to another? I just don't think so. Somebody said we Geminis don't claim him. He has a lot of just issues. Tiffany So Blessed says they need to stop giving him a platform for his nonsense. It's just a distraction. Stay woke, y'all. But love you, T. I love you too. And I feel that way. Okay, we have about 4 teacups. Okay. So most people feel like no. Okay. So for the most part, people just they're not taking it seriously at all. You know, I'm not buying it that he's really trying to run. I feel like this is just another attention-grabbing tactic by Kanye. You know, maybe, you know, possibly by the Kardashians. Who knows? Tony says it's to pull votes away from Biden to help Trump win. I've been hearing that a lot, too. I've been hearing that a lot from a lot of people. Latanya Blake says, Kanye said, ding up my bag. I had to act sane in Monster. The old Kanye was an act. Love you, T. His facade is breaking. That's interesting. Thank you so much. Clean Energy says he didn't mean abortion when he said he almost killed his daughter. If you know, you know. Love your content, queen. Keep spreading the truth. Thank you so much. Well, in the article that I read, that's what they were saying, because the conversation they were having, because like the Republicans, they're very against abortion, and that's been a big hot button topic around the country. Is like a lot of I forgot what state it was that actually got rid of abortions, and so that's been like a big debate. Is getting rid of abortion altogether, getting rid of Roe versus Wade, all that stuff. So I believe that's why he was talking about it. But if you listen to the full audio, he talks about how him and Kim were in their apartment in Paris, and she was getting ready to like swallow some pills. I guess they're like some abortion pills, and then they decided not to. So yeah, that's what he was talking about. And at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. I don't even go there with that whole topic. It's to each its own. That's not my business to tell women what they can and can't do with their bodies. That's a topic I stay away from altogether. But let's see here. Danielle Love says, just because. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't, Eyes of Identity says, I agree with Kanye on the abortion part, where I think he's going to sacrifice North. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think people can be on any side of the argument. I don't think there's anything wrong with being against abortion. Life is a beautiful thing, and a lot of women are pressured to have abortions, especially women of color, so, and if you have medical issues, all types of stuff. So I think there's nothing wrong with being pro-life, but I'm also not going to knock somebody who's in a situation, and they feel the need to do that as well. So yeah, it's a very touchy topic. It's very touchy. Let's see here. AB says, T, what are your thoughts on Free Britney? I feel like her and Kanye are prime examples of damage fame can do. Now, I've talked about it. I was one of the few YouTubers, I know I was probably one of the only black YouTubers who really touched on the whole Free Britney topic. I talked about it months ago. It's only catching steam now because now the mainstream media is jumping on the topic. But I broke that down months ago. I think that her father is definitely taking advantage of his daughter, and he's been doing that for years. There's no reason why the woman is on a conservatorship, that she can't drive, she can't come and go if she wants. But yet and still, they're saying that she's too crazy to drive and she's too crazy to be on her own. But she's not too damn crazy to get up on stage like a puppet and dance and sing. So who's really pulling the strings? Geppetto, the daddy. So yeah, I'm not feeling that at all. I feel bad for Britney. She's been in the game for years. Like I grew up with Britney. Justin, Christina Aguilera, all of us kids in the 90s remember them on the Disney Club, even before they were, major stars. We all remember them from the Disney Club back in the day, and then, they all blew up one after another. Britney and then Justin, they all came from that Disney Club. JC, Chazé, it was a bunch of them. But I definitely feel like she's going through a lot. And then if you guys don't remember, her son, now her kids are a year apart. I was pregnant the same time as Britney Spears, so the older one, because my son is, I be forgetting how my son is. My son is 14. So they're the same age. She has a 14 and a 13-year-old. The older one, the 14-year-old, was blasting the grandfather on Instagram. I'm talking about cussing out his grandfather. Talking about the grandfather wasn't shit. Let my mom be. I mean, he was going off. I don't know if y'all seen it. He went on this huge rant. I mean, clearly had no respect or relationship with the grandfather, because my kids couldn't get on social media and talk about their grandparent like that. So for him to be 14 talking like that with so much passion and anger, that means that relationship is fractured. And he has no relationship with his grandkids. And they see what the grandfather is doing to their mother. After he went on that rant, when I tell you, delete.